Bro.
You stupid.
I don't see a red light, though. Before I saw a red light on the top of the
There's no red light. Doesn't matter. It's
One
recording.
time there was a red light, bro.
No, there wasn't, dude. I think you're just making that shit up.
Okay.
You're making it up. Are you recording?
I'm recording. I got sound going. You got that camera going?
I got that camera going.
I don't
got
see a
that
red
camera
light.
going too.
I don't see a red light.
There's no red light. We're
Why
not
is there
in
a
a
red
real
light on
studio.
that one? Oh, now you're saying this isn't a real studio? Guys, welcome back to Salty Locks, where JR is no longer working. I know we start the episode every time this way, but today, it's the day, man. I think I've had just about enough. I asked, have you been pressing record? I don't know if you guys remember last episode, JR did not press record. We talked for over an hour.
It was 45 minutes.
It was over an hour. And then we had to redo it, acting like we never talked about this shit. And I'll tell you what, man.
It was better the second time.
Friendships were frayed. It was what it was. Welcome back to Salty Locks. Woo! Welcome back. Welcome back. Dude, we're gonna start this episode off with a phone call from my brother.
Oh.
He's calling right now. And we're gonna take this call. What's up, Marc? You're live on the air, Salty Locks.
I gotta go.
What, dude? You can't. Did you just get camera shy, Marc?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, man.
I just had performance anxiety.
Yeah, I've heard. There's pills you can get for that. Guys, this is our first sponsor. Lexicock. Marc needs Lexicock.
Flexicock. All right, Flexicock. Give me a call later.
All right, dude. Don't be so disappointed, man. I'll call you back.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Now, that depression you heard right there from his voice is stock-induced. Guys, if you're invested in the stock market, I know you're hurting because I am too. And just before the stocks took a shit, like before, everything went like downhill fast. We didn't know war was coming and all this shit, but before the market took a dump, my brother called me up with a hot tip.
Hot tips.
He goes, bro, you gotta get in now. And I said, fuck. I said, okay, I'm listening. He said, listen, man, I got a hot take on some fucking stocks, man.
Which one was it?
Rivian, the electric car company, which I thought, he made a good thing. He's like, dude, it's a fucking can't lose, man.
Yeah, no brainer.
You can't miss here. Get in on Rivian while you can. And Rivian's an electric car company, kind of like, Tesla, where they're competing with Tesla. But now there's a bunch of those companies. And what happened with Rivian is they came out, they IPO'd, which means their stock came out. And it came out kind of high with some of the analysts were like, hey, this is IPOing kind of high. But everyone's thinking, oh, I want to get in early on these electric car companies. So they're overvaluing them a little bit because they're like, oh, look at what happened with Tesla. It's worth fucking this much now.
Yeah.
So they overvalued it, I think, based off of that. And then my brother was like, dude, fucking Amazon is behind it. He's like, Amazon already ordered fucking 200,000 trucks. So I was like, oh, man, Bezos is my boy. I get shit on Amazon. I can't lose. Let me fucking invest some of my hard-earned money. So I invested, dude. And then like fucking 3 months later, big boom. Took a big old hit. And my brother's been down a bunch of money, too. So he's all depressed every time I talk to him. He goes, hello. And I'm like, don't jump, motherfucker. It's hard, man. And when you have like any sort of money, I'm talking like a little bit of money or a lot of money invested in stocks, it's hard not to look at your fucking, because it's always on your app now. It's on the phone. Like back in the day, you didn't have it on your phone. So you didn't have to wake up and then have your fucking stock portfolio dictate how your mood was for the day, which I feel like my brother, every day he looks out and he goes, oh, fuck. And it just becomes a very great day for him. So, Marc, if you're listening, dude, stop looking at your fucking stocks, bro. They go up, they go down. Money comes and goes, but life is forever. I mean, life experiences. Fuck you, JR. Fuck you, JR.
I lost some money, too.
You didn't, dude. Anytime JR fucking tells me about losing money, he's like, dude, I got invested in crypto. And I'm like, how much? He goes like, I put $8 in XRP. I'm like, dude, $8?
No, dude. I'm up on XRP, bro.
Oh, that's another stock tip.
But you can't take it out, which is the fucked up part.
I don't even know what's going to happen, dude. It's like, yeah, you put it in there. You just got to leave it. That's enough stock talk, dude. I don't want to get depressing. This isn't a stock podcast. It's a joking podcast. That's why it's a shocker that I have JR here.
That's a good one.
Fresh off of a weekend with this guy in Sacramento.
Punchline.
We were at the Punchline, the Punchlines, which was pretty fun, man. The shows were all right. Did you like the shows over there, JR?
Yeah, they were fun. They're good.
Yeah,
Just
not
all
bad.
right.
I mean, they were
Yeah,
cool.
Great shows, bro.
Yeah, you always could
Always.
Sacramento's a mixed bag, brother. You don't know what you're gonna get. I didn't know what it was gonna be like, going back there. I haven't been there in a couple of years, and I like the club. The club's cool. The room is set up nicely for stand up. Sometimes, you don't know what kind of audience you're gonna get. It's in Arden. It's not even in Sacramento. A lot of comedy clubs say they are in a big city, but they're not. It's not in Sac. It's in Arden. Just fucking tell me it's in Arden. And they had us they had us in like a
Residence in.
Well, the thing is, because I was bringing you, so I was like, I think they had me in a nicer hotel, and I was like, hey, fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off! Listen, guys, they had me in a nicer hotel. Let me plead to you my case. So a lot of times where I'm at, on most of the dates that I can bring an opener, I bring JR. I don't know why. But I told my agent, I said, hey, any of the clubs that allow me to bring my opener, I'm going to bring one, and it's going to be JR. And so in this particular one, I didn't have JR booked, because I just did San Francisco Punchline, and I didn't bring JR. Yeah. And I'll tell you how good of a weekend I had. No, so I called them. I called the Punchline, and I said, hey, man, I'd like to bring JR to the Sacramento Punchline. And they were like, all right, cool, but we have you in this other hotel, you're going to get another. I said, no, I don't want to get another hotel. Just put us in. We can, we've kicked it together before. JR's been, trying to get me in the sack for a while. We can stay in the same place. I'll put up with his advances. For a weekend, I can do that on my own. I'm a strong enough man. I've been taking boxing classes. I think I could defend myself in a single hotel room. But it's one of these residence inns, okay, where a residence inn or extended stay, they got a kitchen, you got a fridge, you got a whole kitchen area. It's almost like a little condo, right? And there's an upstairs little loft area that has a bedroom in it, and then there's the bottom. There's another bedroom and a bathroom. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. Decent. But this place in Arden, now, if this was in any other city, you'd be like, yeah, no problem. But it's in fucking Arden. So now you go, dude, it's like a halfway home for fucking people that just got out of prison. Nothing against those guys that are trying to rehab, but rehab on your own accord, man. I don't want to be involved in your rehabilitation. I'm walking by guys, and you could tell it's a rehab facility because of the way we were walking through the common areas, and there's dudes walking with their slippers and their towels. Like they literally let them out of jail, and now they're walking to the shower. It was weird, man. The whole place, all hours of the night, we saw little weird shits going on. A lot of people sitting in their cars in the parking lot.
Yeah.
That was weird.
I think we're used to us being the weird ones in the situation.
Oh yeah, because it's usually like a hotel with people doing conferences and business people.
Mm-hmm. And the cleaning, they didn't have cleaning. They had cleaning ladies and cleaning men, but they looked like they had no uniform.
I'll be honest, I don't trust any cleaning men. All right, I know this may be sexist and toxic as a male to say this. If you're a cleaning man, I don't trust you. What are you doing? I'm putting the do not disturb sign on the fucking thing. And I think they would come in our room and kick it.
No. Because I would specifically place things that can get moved when someone walked in. And then when I walked back in, I knew it wasn't moved. Yeah, I had a lot of important shit in the room. I knew it was up.
Well, I'll tell you, it wasn't your joke book. I'll tell you that right now. That wasn't important. Because if it was, I think you'd take a little more care to write them a little nicer. What was it, the first night? Was it the first night we hung out with those people?
No,
Yeah, it was Thursday night. So Thursday night we get into town. And we made the mistake of not flying with any weed. What are we thinking? We're doing the first show, right? And somehow it comes up. They start clapping. There's a big cheer in the middle of the audience. And it turns out that it's a weed company. It's a weed company. And the owner of the weed company wants to let everybody know he owns the weed company.
Yeah.
He's one of those little fucking rich guys that's invested in this. And you could tell he's out of his league. Because he doesn't look like a weed guy at all. He looks like a money guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like a weed guy, right? And he's got his pretty blonde wife or whatever with him.
Trophy wife.
Trophy wife with him, and he's real uncomfortable. Little Jeff Bezos ass.
He did.
Didn't he have that Jeff Bezos-y vibe? Like he was like trying to be like buff, but you could tell like he was getting that tea injected.
Yeah.
You know, he's done some body sculpting procedures. You know, his face was all fucking tucked and tight. But yeah, this guy was talking the whole time, interrupting the show. So I had to kind of give him a little shit, you know. But anyways, we find out that there's a weed company. I go, oh, this is perfect. We didn't bring any weed.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking, this is great. We have a setup right here. What a layup. You know, I'm like, JR, and you know, after the shows, some people will sometimes come and go, hey, man, I got you, whatever you need.
As soon as you were on stage doing that, I was like, yes. I was like,
Yeah.
they're going to give us some weed.
Sometimes that's the play.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you might mention it, and then all the people come out of the woodwork, and you got to evaluate people. You know, you can't just say yes or take the weed from anyone. And immediately after that show, bro, we're like hanging out a little bit, and some of the people from the company come over, and they're like, man, that was so fun. We had a great time, and if you guys need anything. So one person already mentioned it, and then we're hanging out with these other two guys that seem really cool. They're like, oh man, we're one of the guys goes, I'm a grower, man. I'm just a grower, and these guys are trying to honeymoon me. He said that I'm the grower, and this is the lab that we send our weed to, or they, you know, whatever, they want to work together. So anyway, the guy we were talking to was making it sound like he was the guy that grows all the weed for this company. And they're trying to get in good with him so they get better rates or whatever the fuck it is. So we're sitting there talking to this guy, and I'm a judgy guy. A lot of times I'd be like, and the way he was carrying himself, I go, you know, it's hard not to judge somebody like based off of the way they're talking and whatever. It's really hard. I mean, you know, you can say it all day. Don't judge a book by its cover. Cool. But you know how many times people walk by me and fucking thought I juggled? It's just going to happen, man. They're going to judge you based off the way you look. And then I might talk to someone and go, hey, man, I thought you were going to be different. And go, yeah, motherfucker, because you judged me. And that's what sometimes happens. And that's fine as long as you work it out in your head. So I was judging the kid a little bit. I go, oh, this guy's one of these. In my head, I go, this guy's a fucking genius.
Yeah.
He grows all this. He's a fucking expert grower. He's young. He kept saying he's from Wisconsin. I go, he's from Wisconsin. He was the fucking head of his class in horticulture. You know, he was a ace in the classroom in the chemistry. So he learned how to splice these plants, and now he's making these plants. And it looked like the people were kind of coming over to the people from the company.
Was some.
The girl was coming over. It was a really pretty girl. She came over to kind of court him. Yeah. She was like courting him and going, hey, what's going on? Like anything
Please
you
call
want.
me. Call me Monday.
Yeah, whatever you need.
Monday.
And it was almost like they sent the pretty girl to get him to like do, you know, like to fold and give them the better deal or the better business or whatever the hell it was. Anyways, I go, wow, this guy must be the guy. And he had his buddy with him who was a chemist at the lab. And so the chemist guy was a super cool kid too, really nice kid. And he was like, yeah, man, we work at the lab and blah, blah, blah. And then the girl kept coming over and trying to get them to talk to her and like get over to talk to the owner or something. But he was like, the kid that was the grower was kind of shitting on. He was like, what a tool. The owner is fucking tool. Do you remember that?
No, he was being smooth. You know what he was doing? That's why I liked him. I liked him a lot because he was being like, it was like, they were trying to get with him, and he was like, man, stop. You know, I'll call you Monday. I'll call you Monday. Don't worry. I'll pass your number along to Stephanie. Like,
yeah, he was playing hard to get.
Yeah, it was nice, though.
Yeah, he was playing hard to get, and then they kept trying to talk to him, and he was like, come on, bro. I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
So the kid was cool, and then so we're hanging out, and then he goes, dude, you guys need weed? I'm going to bring you an ounce. He said, look me right in the eye and goes, I'm going to bring you a fucking ounce, dude.
Like,
and you smoke too? And then JR said some shit. He goes, wait, an ounce? Like JR heard the amount. He goes, huh? And so he looks at JR and goes, you smoke too? I'll bring you an ounce. Yeah. You get an ounce and you get an ounce. If there's anybody else that want an ounce, just let me know. I got you, bro. And so we're starting, we go, oh shit, we didn't have any. That's fucking perfect. We told him, I go, we were going to go to a dispensary, dude, and just pick up some shit around here. There's got to be 1,000 dispensaries. He's like, man, don't waste your time.
Yeah.
He didn't even say don't waste your money. He said, don't waste your time.
Yes.
He said, I got you. I said, okay, bro. And then we kept talking a little bit. I'm like, shit, there's our hookup right there. And we started talking a little bit more. And then as we're talking, he goes, man, we're about to go home. We just live right across the street.
Bam.
He said, right across the street. I said, right over here? I said, because, it's nighttime. We could use a little bit of smoke. Maybe we'll just come with you.
Yeah.
And we'll smoke a joint and, we'll fucking shoot the shit. Mm-hmm. And who knows, if things go right, we'll take our ounce off of you, right? We just...
we don't want you to come back tomorrow.
Yeah, you don't need to come back tomorrow and do all that. We could just pick it up. Maybe it's, it's a little quicker exchange. So he goes, what? Oh, yeah. He was a little hesitant, right? But because he kept saying, well, dude, I'll bring it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But he never clearly said anything. He just was like, no, okay. And then his other homie was like, yeah, man, I'm his roommate. The other chemist
his other
guy
homie was cool with us going over.
Yeah, he was like, come on over. Are you kidding? He's like, dude, this would be crazy. We're hanging out with the comics, and they were like really cool. They were like wanting to hang out. They're like, oh, this would be a great story. I cannot believe this. Yeah. Come on over. So I go, all right, we're going, dude. We get our shit together. Because our hotel is like literally across the street. Where as far as they're saying. So I'm like, oh, we'll just go over there, smoke a little weed, maybe pick up some weed from them, and then we'll go back to the hotel, Mm-hmm. Quick, easy night. Not getting into too much trouble.
Oh, yeah. In my head, I was like, damn, how am I going to take this weed back home?
Right.
Like
you're thinking
ounce?
like, oh, we're going to travel. Like, it's easy to travel within California with some weed. They're not going to check. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But this guy's telling us to move weight, basically, like a couple fucking mules. So I was like, all right, let's go see what's up. So we go. And homeboy's drunk already. He's wasted. So, like, he's having his other buddy drive us. So he gave him the keys. Like, all right, here you go.
Yeah.
Gives him the key. Now, we're going to the car. Already judged what kind of car this guy's going to have. There's between two cars that were left in the parking lot at this hour. There was a big-ass truck, and I'm like, oh, look at my boy's kind of doing it. He's making money. Look at this fucking truck he's got. The boy's dialed in, dude. Big old truck. You might need to move some trees around, dude. Look at that. You got a big old extended bed. This is great. Look at this big-ass truck. And then he goes, here we are. Boop, boop. It's a little Subaru. Not bad, whatever.
I didn't really judge the car because I know growers that have little cars like that, and they want to keep it. They want to keep it like low key.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I was in my head just going, oh, dude, because it was like it was a dope truck. Like it was a big ass truck that was like all tricked out. So I'm like, oh, this young guy's kind of doing it like that. Because I thought he was a young guy that's getting money, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna go all out with this truck. That's what I thought. But it wasn't. It was so we get in the beep beep. We get into this little Subaru, which is all good. Right away, right out the gate, I go, what? The car doesn't smell like weed. I know guys that casually smoke weed, and sometimes you might get in their car and it smells like weed. Like this guy's supposed to be this huge grower. Mm-hmm. I thought like the fucking car was gonna smell like an indoor growery.
Yeah.
And nothing, not even a whiff. But JR gets in the back and he had some boxes or something back there. And JR moves the boxes and he goes, oh, look at this. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're growers. Like that. He goes, yep, it's a grower.
I was getting
Yeah, he was rolling with it, but
But plus, I got bad allergies, so sometimes I can't smell. So that didn't hit my head. My head hit, because he had a little plant tray.
Okay.
That was the thing that I moved. It wasn't just a regular box. Mm-hmm. It was a plant tray because my brother grows, and I noticed them. And it was a tiny one. So I was like, oh, yeah, these guys grow. I see what's up.
I got
and he's like, yeah, man. And
yeah. So there it was. So JR's already greasing the wheels. He's like, oh, man, these guys know what's up. So I go, all right, cool. And I'm in the front. I can't see what's going on back there, but I go, oh, good signs. Yeah. My little weed head gets a little tingling. I go, oh, it's going to be some good herb we get from my homeboy. So we drive, and sure enough, it's very close. Right there, man. Like not very far, maybe 2-3 minute drive out of the where the comedy club was located. And we pull up to the house. I'm like, oh shit, wow, they got a decent house over here. Now, mind you, I don't know what rents are like in Arden. But I was going, all right, this is a decent house for these two young guys to be living in, like that's cool. And I told him, I was like, oh shit, this is dope. You guys got your own place. It's just the two of you? Yeah, man, it's just the two of us. And they go, you guys own it or you rent? He's like, nah, man, we're renting. And we're getting there. Now we're all the way in. He's like, oh, we're renting, man. And fuck, the landlord's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's dope. And he goes, the landlord doesn't even know. And I go, about your grow? And he goes, about the cats. I said, huh? I said, Excuse me? So we go to walk in. So there he goes right there. I thought he was talking about like he's going to have all these fucking plants and shit. He said the landlord doesn't know about the cats. And that was my first little like, what the fuck you mean? Surely a cat can't be worse than 10,000 fucking plants like my boy was talking about. Because earlier in the night, he was going, I got 5,000 plants over here on 18 acres. I got 300 over here of DHPHP. He was yelling out. He was giving us numbers of shit, right? Remember?
Yeah.
And he goes, I got another 900 plants over here. That's the DHS87 that's been testing super high.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, dude, this guy's got to have a portion of the house dedicated to growing, and that's going to be the fire shit. So anyway, we're walking up to the house, and I said, Jaron, did you hear the fucking cat come? Yeah. He goes, shut up, be cool. I said, all right. So we get to the house, they open the door, and fucking there's cats, bro. There's cats. And now not only did I not smell weed in the car, I was like 100% we're going to open the door, and the house is going to just reek of weed because he's growing shit here. I don't smell nothing but cat piss and cat shit. And I go, oh, man, we've been had. Have we been had? But we're like keeping it going. We're like, fuck it. We had a joint on us. We're like, hey, let's smoke this fucking joint. Let's see what's up. Maybe this guy's got a good, like a room that's got like, maybe it's fucking airtight.
Yeah, great ventilation.
They do business like this. He knows what he's doing. He's not going to smell like weed. Of course not going to smell like weed. This guy's a fucking grower. I was going to smell like weed. He's got a fucking whole purifying system. Air purifier. Look at me acting all stupid. Let's smoke this joint while he goes and gets our ounces.
Ounces.
And we'll be on our fucking way, man. We'll kick it with these guys, talk shit a little bit, do a couple jokes here and there.
Yeah.
And then we'll be on our way. So we go outside with the chemist homie, and we start talking, bro. And he's cool as fuck. He's talking to us. And he's like, man, I'm like, how long you been working here? He's like, I've been working at the company forever, man. It's great. Just got the job out of fucking Wisconsin. We came here.
He was a botanist, right?
Yeah. And he was like, yeah, man, graduated from college and came out here, got headhunted. And, it's great. I could work at any weed company, but they're like the fucking junior college of the pharmaceutical world. He's like, they're like the fucking JV of the pharmaceutical world. They're not that dope. Like, you can get a job at any of them. And they're all hitting me up all the time because I have like a degree.
Yeah.
And I actually know what I'm doing. And he broke it down. He was like, dude, the fucking weed world right now is like, because it's so in its infancy of people trying to regulate and do all this stuff that like any asshole could work there and pretty much do, whatever past the regulations and fudge numbers and fudge testings and stuff like that. Like, I don't think the regulators are like on top of it as much as they will be in, let's say, 10 years or something.
Yeah, for sure.
So we're like, all right, shit, but he's talking a big game. But I'm like, oh, dude, this guy fell into it. He's probably making good money. He loves what he's doing. Then all of a sudden he drops in. He goes, man, the way I remember it, and because we just started smoking, the way I remember it, he just looks at us and we're like kind of in a good mood. And he looks at us and he goes, man, I've been thinking about killing myself. And I know he didn't say it like that. That's not even close to what he said, but it got down.
We were high too.
I know, but you felt the same way.
I felt the same way.
You felt the exact same way. So I'm like, wait, what? Because I was thinking about other shit. And this whole time we're outside having a good time. Homeboy inside went and got a fucking nug. He had a nug of weed. And I saw it. It was in a jar. And I was like, what the fuck? Well, I was like, oh, this is maybe he was testing something. Like, this is a sample of something he had tested or something. And he's just cleaning it up before he goes to get the ounces. But the other dude had brought a little jar with one tiny nug in it, and he sat down at the table while we went outside with the other dude to smoke a joint. And I keep looking back, and he's still on the. I thought he was rolling 20. I thought while we were talking, he went and got like all the weed, and he's rolling 18 joints. Like he's rolling a packet of fucking pre-rolls.
No, and then what I thought he was rolling so many joints because the homeboy that was outside was like, "Hey man, when he rolls those joints, be kind to him and let him know that he's the best joint roller."
Yeah, he goes, when he comes out here, tell him these are the best joints you've ever smoked, and it'll make his day. I said, done. Yeah. Right? So we're waiting for him, and we finish the joint, and then the other dude somehow drops.
Yeah.
He didn't say that. He said, I have depression or something. He's like, I've been kind of depressed. So I felt really bad, but I'm like, in my head, I heard, I'm going to kill myself. And I was like, no, don't, because I switched up right away, dude. I was like, dude, come on. Because I thought he liked his job, And I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where you've been talking to someone and you think they like love what they do, but then there's like a crack in their thing where they tell you like, it's not all it's cracked up to be, man. I actually am struggling with this shit. I was like, oh fuck, let me talk this dude up. Let me just talk him up and let him know that life is fucking, full of changes in life. You're young. You can do better things. You can do different things. Man, I started comedy at 27. I told him that. And I kind of jumped into that. I was like, dude, come on. Don't be sad. What are you sad for? I started comedy at 27. JR is going to start comedy soon. This motherfucker's 48. He's going to start soon. It's never too late, my man. So I gave him this little pep talk, and I thought it was effective. Don't lie.
It was good. It was honestly, and you're right. He didn't say I'm gonna kill myself. He just said I'm depressed. But because we're hypersensitive, we thought, oh fuck.
And the way it came out was almost like that. Like he was like saying it like that. So I was like, fuck, let's try to switch up his energy.
Dude, you came in like a Tony Robbins motherfucker.
It felt like the right thing to do.
Yeah. You know what you said? You weren't lying. That's the thing.
Yeah, because I was immediately like, because I was like, oh, I remember thinking like him when I was his age. He was like 24, 25 or something. And I remember thinking that. I was like, fuck, I don't want to do real estate appraisals and shit. And I remember being down about it. And if I didn't really go after comedy and shit like that, man, I would have been so pissed off and done. And nobody told me like, hey, dude, you can still go and try to do this shit. Because I always saw these comics that were like starting when they were 17, 18. And I was like, oh, I'm too old for that. So I wanted to let him know, dude, if you're not into that, then fucking switch it up and do something else, even though you went to school for it.
Yeah, switch it up.
And then he got all happy and cheered up.
Yeah, it was
like,
dope.
Cool, man. And that was the coolest part of the night, actually.
It was
when he like cheered up and he was like, yeah, fuck yeah. And then we had a little more fun. Went inside and then homeboy was still rolling. One joint. And he still hadn't rolled one joint. And we get in there and he's like, fuck shit. And I was like, oh, this guy doesn't know what the fuck is going on with weed or anything. He's just a smart guy that grows this shit at a facility. Then he was like, it was kind of like getting a little bit, weird.
Yeah.
Because we were standing there and we're like, man, what the fuck are we going to do? Then a couple other people from the show came over. And they're young, I don't fucking belong hanging out with like little kids after a show. I'm not going to drink all night with these kids. So I'm like, let's fucking roll, JR. Let's dip out. We'll just get an Uber. And I told the guys, I was like, thanks for inviting us over. And the dude's like, no, you want to roll this joint? I'm like, God, it's all good, dude. Like, we don't need to roll this shit. He's like, no, dude, come on, man. I'm going to get you guys my free ounce. I'm going to get you guys so it came from like everyone getting an ounce to now he's going to get us his free ounce that he get. And then it came out later. He's like, dude, I get 1 ounce a year. And why not? I give it to him. We're like, dude, are you crazy, man? Don't fucking worry about it, dog. Like, we thought we kind of came for two different things. You know what I mean? We got catfish.
It was like, yeah.
But it was fun. It was a fun catfish because I remember even like going like, oh, let's go. This will be a little adventure.
Yeah.
And that's the way it turned out, man. And it was quite fun because you get to see all different walks of life. Because when I was that age, I would say dumb shit like that too. You talk a big game and then you really, when it's time to deliver, you go, well, I mean, let's hold up now.
Yeah, I used to tell girls, we can go back to my place if you guys want. What's your place is closer? Mm-hmm. And then they'll be like, no, let's go back to your place.
And then you go, wait, hold on.
I live with my grandma.
Yeah, and you go, my grandma's just staying over here with me for a little while, man, before she gets on her feet. Yeah, taking care of her. Yeah, bro, that was great. So these fools kind of like took us for a little loop, but it was fun. And then we got an Uber, and it was fun, though. We were laughing our asses off while we waited for the Uber.
The Uber guy was kind of cool, too. He was from Chile.
Oh, yeah, he was cool. And then he was watching soccer.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, yeah, man. And I started talking like I knew what the fuck I was talking about. I don't know anything about soccer.
He doesn't know anything.
And I was like, yeah. And then he said something that contradicted what I had said. And I go, oh, yeah.
No, this was it. Because you said you're from Iran.
Yep.
And then he goes, oh, yeah, the soccer team. And he goes, yeah, man, they're very competitive. Oh.
Yeah, he goes, are they going to qualify for the World Cup?
Yeah.
I said, now we're outside of my scope of expertise. But I didn't say that. I said, yeah, hopefully we do. I said, hopefully we do. How about you guys?
He said,
I go, yeah, man, it's really crazy. Oh, no, this is what I said. I said, yeah, man, hopefully we qualify, but, it's crazy. It depends on who you get. And he goes, yeah, it's based on the region. I was like, oh. I said, oh, that's news to me.
No, and then you fucking added information that wasn't supposed to be added. You go, yeah, your team, because he's from Chile. Yeah, it's South American. Yeah, that's a lot easier to qualify the South American fucking teams. You're like, no, it's not, bro.
Yeah.
They're all fucking good.
Yeah, something. I was like, yeah, I guess it's like harder to whatever. I don't know what I said, but it was the wrong thing. And he goes, yeah, and then I think he knew right away I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about.
As soon as you said, yeah, and the rivalry is big, you didn't even add any teams.
I don't know, bro. Come on, man. Sometimes I don't know, bro.
He did take us to Del Taco, though.
Right. Oh, yeah, he did take us to Del Taco, but then we didn't want to have him drive through the drive-thru, so we got out, which was a big mistake. And we walked through the drive-thru.
Yeah, dude.
Now,
in Arden,
you don't want to do that at any age, let alone 56 or however old JR is, and 40, how old I am. We're walking through a Del Taco drive. You want to talk about hitting rock bottom? And not even having it to do with alcohol or anything. It's walking through the drive-thru in fucking Arden. And which is crazy because, like, we were talking, like, nobody knows what we do when we're walking around. I'm not fucking Joe Rogan. They're not like, oh, look, Joe Rogan's in the drive-thru.
Yeah.
If you don't know me from stand-up, like, you go, well, this fucking guy's a crackhead. He's a crackhead walking around Arden, and we're walking through the drive-thru. No car. That's a fucking crackhead, man. And we're walking there, and there's, like, a line of cars got behind us. They weren't talking to us through the drive-thru box because we didn't weigh enough to let them know there's a fucking car there. You know, I think there's a sensor. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but I'm pretty sure there's a sensor that you have to have a fucking car for it to go bing bong. There's a car. So talk. So we're going, hello, hello, not even knowing if the shit's working. So we walk up to the window. We wait our turn behind another car. I told JR to get on side of me so it at least looks like we're in a car. Maybe she'll think she's tripping. We're in a ghost car. So we're standing there waiting to go to the next, and the person in front of us is taking forever. And then finally, it's our turn, and we get up to the window, and we kind of walk up real timid, you know, and there's a nice lady in the window, and we're like, hey, excuse me, ma'am, like, we don't have a car. I'm so sorry. Like, but you mind, like, the door was closed to come inside. Can we just order? She's like, it was so great. She goes, yeah. No worries, but hurry up before shithead. You know, she called her boss shithead. She goes, hurry up before shithead find out because you might not let y'all do it. She was so cool. And I said, all right, fuck shithead. Let's order. So we order our food, right? We get our food ordered and shit. I'm like, dude, this chick's being so cool. And I could tell it was a late shift too. So we're like, all right, let me tip her some money. So I give her a little tip. And she took that shit like a drug deal. She went, all right. And she like she had done this shit before. Yeah. And I was like, okay, all right. And then, like, we did a little dap shit, like, and she took the money. Then she goes, all right, y'all, hold up over there. Go in the front.
Yeah.
Go in the front, and I'm going to bring your order out. And then I was like, fuck. Never felt more vulnerable in my life. I go, I'm not in a car or nothing. I'm not pulling up. Like, I think I was just had.
Yeah.
You know, like, we just gave her money, and then she goes, go. And then be like, no, I told those motherfuckers to leave.
Yeah.
You know, because they didn't have a car. So we're, like, waiting up there, and she's like, no. And little do we know, she's actually hooking us up. She's like, trying to put extra because of the cash we gave her. So she's trying to like put in extra shit that we didn't order.
Yeah. Plus, she didn't want her manager to see us there.
Yeah,
it's smart.
Exactly.
It's smart of her part.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out.
Yeah. So she told us to go up in the front and wait, and then we're sitting there. Here's a picture of JR. Like, imagine this guy just standing in the fucking in the drive-thru, just waiting with a soft drink in his hand. Then she comes out with the bags a little bit later because we're waiting. We're like, oh shit, did she forget about us? And she comes out with the bag, and then she's like, and guess what? Y'all didn't order fries, but I got you some. And I'm like, oh, you're sweet. And I remember I go, did you put the sauces in there, hot sauce and stuff? And she goes, oh yeah. We walk on, and if you know Taco Bell or fucking Del Taco, it ain't shit without the hot sauce. We get back to the crib, bro. Cold ass tacos, cold ass burritos, and no sauce, and a bunch of soggy ass fries we didn't even ask for. So that's the moral of the fucking story: is sometimes this shit comes around to bite you in the ass. So I got this little rock formation right here. This is from the Dead Sea, JR Jr.
The Dead Sea?
This is from the Dead Sea, brother. Right here. The Dead Sea, bro. You know, I didn't think I was going to find this. I thought I was going to find the remnants of your career in there. But they got a lot of salt in that motherfucker, bro. They got a lot of salt. And that's why this is for Salty Locks right here. You know, your boy Salty Locks was at the saltiest place on earth. The lowest point of the earth, as a matter of fact, is the Dead Sea. the lowest point. And it was unfortunate I did not have JR with me to show him that it's only up from here. But I thought about him, and so I brought this little piece of salt to remind us.
Salty.
It can get better, y'all. It can get better, y'all. So yeah, we should put that right here, huh?
Yeah. Put it next.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's salty locks. Oh, that's actually pretty dope.
Does it look cool?
It looks cool.
Yeah, dude, that's our little Dead Sea, straight from the Dead Sea, bro. And I went to Israel to do some shows. I thought it was going to be interesting because I'm Iranian. I was born in Iran, so I'm like, dude, already it's going to be an interesting time. I don't know if you guys know of the politics of the situation, but Iran and Israel don't really get along. And especially my passport says born in Tehran. It's an American passport, but it says born in Tehran. I knew I was going to have trouble going there to do shows. And I also knew that when I post stuff that I'm going to get some fucking haters from actually Iran. And if you live in Iran, I love you. And I don't like politics. I don't think about the politics of anything. I just like to go and do shows and spread fucking joy and laugh with anybody. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I hate to bring politics in it, but then every now and then you might be doing a show somewhere and they go, "How could you do this event?" So I got a few people, going like, "I hope they never let you in Iran again." It's like,
really?
The fuck are you talking about, man? I'm just going to do comedy. I'm not going over there to like fucking fix their nuclear plants. Like, I don't know. So anyway, that was a little weird for me. I'm out there. And as soon as I get to the airport is when the fucking problem started, dude. I get right there, and I knew I was going to get a little bit of a jam up, and I was going with two other comedians, Ian Bagg and Gina Brion. Avi Lieberman, too. Avi's another dude that he runs the organization that does these shows in Israel. And so we're out there. We're doing the shows. I land. They tell us, "Oh, yeah, you might have a little bit of questioning, but it's not going to be too much." I go, "Okay, cool." And I asked Avi, I said, "Are you sure, bro? Are you fucking sure?" Because it says born in Tehran. He says, "No, man, no worries. Don't worry about it." I go, "Okay, cool." So I get to the airport, we land, and immediately, dude, there's a part where you scan your passport to get through, and it's supposed to give you an exit ticket. You get an exit ticket. You scan your passport. I didn't get an exit ticket. Immediately, I fucking put it there. I'm like, "Oh, man." I do put it there a couple of times. It wouldn't give me nothing. So I go, "Fuck, let me go to a next machine." I put it there. Big ass X on the screen, bro. Like I'm fucking on Family Feud, and I missed the multi-million-dollar question, bro. Big ass X. And I'm looking, everyone's getting their ticket. They're scanning. There's Americans doing it. There's Israelis doing it. Like, what the fuck is going on? So finally, I'm like, what the fuck? And I look, and there's like a lady just by herself over there in the corner, like that looks like she's at a desk. And maybe everything in Israel is officially unofficial, like super Middle Eastern, like you don't know if the guy works there or not, like this lady was on her fucking phone, right? Big ass like nails and like fucking eating sunflower seeds. You know what I mean? Like that shit would never fly at TSA here, where you're eating. And so I go over to her and I'm like, "Hey, I didn't get a ticket." She goes, "What?" I didn't get a ticket. She goes, "Wait over there." And I'm like, "All right." So I go like stand over there, and literally she goes, "No, over there." And it's like 2 feet over. And I go, "Okay." Like there's no designated area for my house to wait. And I'm just standing there. Right? And I gave her my passport, and she has my fucking passport. And she's not doing nothing with the passport. Just sitting there, back on her phone, dude. Just fucking da-da-da, and like going like, like laughing at her phone and shit. So I'm sitting there just waiting. Like a minute or two goes by. And she has done nothing. And I go, hey, what's going on? And she goes, "Okay, follow me." I'm like, if I didn't say anything, you wouldn't have done anything? I don't know if they were fucking with me because of my passport or what, dude. But like, she goes, "Okay, follow me." She puts my passport in her back pocket. Hey, dog. The fuck are you doing? My passport in your back pocket? Chill. So I'm like, "Oh, this is fucking weird." We walk and I walk, but we pass all these lines. We're passing all these lines. I'm like, "Oh, this is great. Maybe she's going to get me out quicker." Yeah. Nope. She takes me to this other area, bro. Like little fucking room with like 10, 12 chairs in it. And like there's 3 or 4 people in there. And then outside there's 3 or 4 chairs with no one there. Yeah. And she goes to me, she goes, "You can either wait in there or you can wait out there." And my Israeli accent's horrible, but you get what I'm saying. And I go, "All right, well, there's fucking people in here. There's people in the room. Let me go where the people are. I'm a person. I'm going to go fucking check it with the people." So I go into the room with the people. As soon as I sit down, they go, the guy, he's like frantic. I don't know where he's from. And he's like, "Oh, we're not getting in. We're not going to get in." I go, "What the fuck?" I go, "Don't fucking drag me into this, motherfucker." I just got here. I don't know. Fucking we aren't getting in. You may not be getting in, but my ass is getting. I got fucking shows to do, motherfucker. I just flew 25 hours or whatever the fuck it was. I'm getting in. Maybe you're not getting in. And then the girl goes, I don't know. I don't know what's happening. And then there's another older lady, and the fucking agent comes in and goes, you're not getting in, ma'am. She goes, you're not. I don't care. The guy's made his decision. He's not going to go back on his decision. She's yelling at the lady this. And I just look, dude, and I go, fuck this. I get out of that room. I go, I'm going to go sit in the chairs. I'm going to go with option B because I don't see anybody out there, and I don't see everyone outside. Everything looks fine out there. So I go, I'm going to go sit outside. So I go sit outside. I go, I don't want to be involved with this fucking particular group.
Yeah.
I don't want them to think I'm with these motherfuckers or whatever it is. So I go sit outside. I sit outside and I wait for like 10 minutes, dude. And I'm like, what's going on? And the driver's hitting me up. The driver, because now I have internet access and on WhatsApp, the driver's like, hey, man, where the fuck are you? I'm outside. I'm waiting for you. And I'm like, shit, okay. Is Gina and Ian landed? Gina has landed. She's already here. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm sitting waiting. Now I'm getting like more nervous about this shit that's going on. These motherfuckers out in the room are not getting in.
Yeah.
What about me? So I'm sitting there. Now one guy comes up and he just goes, hello. And I go, hey. And then he walks away. I go, what the fuck, dude? Another guy comes. Hey, are you Amir? I go, yes. He goes, okay. And he leaves. I go, bro, this is going to take forever if this is how they're doing it. One question at a time, man. Give me fucking multiple questions, bro. But I think what they do is, what I found out later, is they just talk to you to see your reaction.
Yeah.
To see if you get nervous or do whatever. So, like, you know, each guy was coming and trying to assess, like, how I would react or something, I guess.
Yeah, they do that shit in Mexico crossing borders.
Yeah. So, like, that's what I felt like they were doing. So I'm like, just play it cool, you know, be cool. Then the next guy comes, and now he comes, and he's got my passport, and he's got a notepad. And he goes, all right, what are you doing here? I go, I'm a comedian. He goes, yeah. Okay. Like, he didn't believe me. I go, all right. And I'm like, hey. And they gave me, like, the flyer and shit. They're like, hey, show him the flyer. Show him your entry letter. So I showed him the shit. I go, hey, man, I'm here to do stand-up. Like, these are the shows. Here's the flyer. This is me. This is Gina. This is Ian. They're all coming through right now. I fucking started ratting on them. They're coming through, too, man. We got to fucking look at them. You got to check them out. I don't know. My background's cool. I don't know about Ian's from Canada. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. And he's taking notes. The guy's just writing shit. He goes, okay, what is this? And then, oh, my God, this is so funny, dude. He goes, okay, you're a comedian, huh? I'm like, yeah. I showed him the pictures. He goes, okay, pull up. You have a website or something like that? I go, yeah. So I pull up my website, and there's links. And he goes, oh, go to here. You go to the link, and he picks it, and it's my Instagram. So now he's on my Instagram, and it goes to my fucking Instagram. So if you do follow me on Instagram, you would know that I recently posted a video with guns. Dude, with a lot of fucking guns. So he clicks on the link on the website, and it goes to my Instagram, and it's me, like the fucking picture is this. Look. Like that, right? So look at this. Look at this fucking video right here, and it's me with a gun like this, like up against the wall with a gun like that. And he goes, oh, hold on. And I see that, and I start to think, oh, fuck, what did I just do?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, shit, no. And I start scrolling down. He goes, no, this one. And he makes me click on it, and I click on it, and I go, oh, ha, 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 ha. I start laughing. I go, ha, ha, ha. It's a joke. These are jokes. And he goes, are those real guns? I go, no. No, why would they be real guns? They're not real guns. They were real guns. They were 100% real guns. And I'm like, fuck, dude, this is the reason, because I did a stupid sketch with my fucking friends and we're 40 years old with fucking guns. I'm not going to get into Israel. Now I got to tell this fucking story that I didn't get in because I did a dumb sketch. Like I'm a fucking 5-year-old TikToker on a stupid thing. And he goes, no. And I go, no, there, look. And I go back to the website, and he's like, oh, you have a YouTube? I go, yeah. He goes, click the YouTube. And I click on the YouTube. And the first video comes up, it's fucking Salty Locks. And he goes, and I go, yeah, this is my show. I try to make it better. Yeah, look. And then he fucking clicks on it. I swear to God, he looks at the thing and he goes, not many views. I said, oh, you motherfucker. I said, oh, you're doing a fucking cut deep, huh, you motherfucker? And he said, oh, okay. Yeah. I'm like, hey, I know. And then I started to get defensive. I go, oh, it hasn't been out long. I don't really promote it. My ego started getting in the way. I go, well, yeah, of course it's not going to have viewers. It's new. We're only on episode 37. You know, Joe Rogan, he got started in a basement. I didn't say that, but, you know, I felt, it hit me in the ego. Like, oh, this motherfucker's going to roast me a little bit. Okay.
Oh, fuck.
And then that was it, dude. He took some more notes. He said, okay, cool. He took that shit. He looked at the flyer, took notes down. He asked for my email and my phone number. And he goes, give me your email and your phone number. I'm like, all right, cool. I don't know what kind of hackers they got, like looking into your shit or whatever it is, but they'll track, I'm sure. They have a good way of tracking because it's supposed to be one of the most secure countries in the world with their surveillance systems that they do on people and checking.
They cross-examined and make sure.
Bro, it was a motherfucker. And then I finally got out, so I'm like, oh, cool, that's going to be the hardest part. Nope, not at all, bro. On the way out made me never want to go to Israel again, I'll be honest.
Really?
Like, the dude, I got to the airport 3 hours early just by chance because I was like, there's no way it's going to take me 3 hours. I left literally the last show we did. I left. It was in Rahanana. I think I'm saying that wrong. But whatever, we did that show, and it was like airport was like 30, 40 minutes away, so I didn't want to risk it. So I'm like, let me just go right after I get off stage. I get off stage to say bye to Ian and Gina and Avi and them, and I get in a taxi to get to the airport. And I get to the airport, and I'm like, dude, I got 3 hours. I got nothing but time. So I get there. There's 5 lines to go. It was a motherfucker, dude. It was just like the biggest mess ever. Long story short, dude, they screened me for like 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours?
2.5 hours, dude. From one line to another. And every time I thought I was getting helped out, like they're like, oh, I think they flagged my passport coming. You know what I'm saying? I think they flagged my shit to where they're like, dude, inspect the shit out of this guy. We don't know what he says. He says he's a comedian. Whatever, we let him in, but then like, flag everything. So everyone I went to was like fucking jamming me up, 20 questions, got my passport, finally got to the like where their TSA is, where they check your bags and stuff, which I already had to go through 3 lines to wait through for them to ask me questions, scan stuff. Check my big check-in baggage. Then it's now my carry-on baggage. Dude, they took everything out.
Really?
Every piece of everything I had in my bag and swabbed it.
Fuck.
Swabbed every piece with one of those, like, the bomb swab shits.
Yeah.
Dude, I was like, and I was by myself. Made me take off all my clothes, everything I had.
Damn.
And I'm like, fuck this shit, dude. And I was the only guy in there. So I know they flagged some shit, but that experience made me go, it's not worth coming in. I don't need to come here that bad. This is a fucking motherfucker.
Dude, every little piece. And I pack everything neatly.
I don't.
You just,
you know me. I just throw all the wires. Now I got all these wires. I had like 15 lighters. That looked weird to them. The guy goes, hey, why do you have so many fucking lighters?
He's
like,
gonna blow something up.
Yeah, dude. And he's like, these are forbidden. And he took them. I was like, all right, motherfucker, whatever.
Really?
Oh, yeah, dude. Took the lighters and everything. And they were like, I thought like each person I thought was trying to help me. They're like, oh no, we'll get you in there. Don't worry. Like, and then they would take me to another line to get inspected more. I was like, fuck this shit. But aside from that, aside from the ins and outs, the trip was pretty cool. It was good to have Ian and Gina there. Avi too, showing us around and stuff. We had some really good meals. I'd say Tel Aviv, out of all the places, is the spot to check out. Just because it was the most like pop-in and shit going on, and most like, I feel like open-minded, like some of the other cities, not to shit on them, but they were just like conservative, religious, fucking older people were coming out, I feel like. It wasn't like doing a show in fucking, Frisco, San Francisco, or here, or New York, or some shit. It was like totally like kind of in your head editing a little bit, going, oh, shit. Oh,
yeah, you don't want to say
I never
the wrong
feel
shit.
funny like that. Funny story, Louis C.K. was out there.
Yeah, I saw that. You posted it on your Instagram.
So Louis C.K., I didn't post it on my Instagram.
Oh, no, you didn't.
No, I told you.
Yeah, you told me.
Because Louis was out there doing some shows. He happened to be out there doing like the big theater in Tel Aviv. I was telling Avi, I was like, oh, we should go check it out, see what's up. Like, because the first night we didn't have a show. And he's like, oh, no, I think it's sold out or something. I'm like, dude, we'll fucking just go up and say what's up, And he's like, no, I don't know. He got weird about it. So I was like, oh, fuck it. I didn't think about it. I was like, all right, no worries. Then the next night we're going to have shows, so we're not going to be able to go anyway. So I just wanted to see what the fuck he's been up to. And then I'm walking on the beach the next day at like, because it was beautiful. The hotel was great where we're staying. We're staying at this place, Harrods, on the water. You got a view of the fucking whole ocean. The beach looks dope. And I was like, oh, in the morning, I'm going to go run on the beach. Try to stay in shape out here. I'm going to go run. So I get up early, like, at like 8, 7, 8, something like that. I'm running on the beach. And I'm like, what the fuck? I see this dude. I'm walking up. I go, Louis, it's Louis.
Yeah.
On the beach in Tel Aviv, bro. And I go, Louis, what's up, Louis? And he has headphones in. He acts like he can't hear me. He's not responding. I go, hey, Louis. And then finally he goes, and he kind of like, I got past him and I yelled at him and he was like, he turned around. He's like, hey, what's up? I'm like, what's up, man? I'm Amir. I'm a comic. I thought we met a few times. I was like, I'm not even going to bank on him remembering.
Yeah.
And this was like, he lives in New York. I'm in LA, I come in and we've been on some lineups together. He's not going to remember that. So I'm like, hey, I'm Amir, man. I'm a comedian from LA. I'm out here doing shows too. I saw you were out here. And he couldn't have been like colder. I was like, all right. He's like, oh, okay. Like nothing. You know what I mean? Like if it was me and I saw a comic.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. We're in another fucking country, dude.
Yeah.
I would have been like, oh shit, what's up? Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? And you could tell, or maybe you can't tell. I'm not a crazy person, but then I played back a couple of things. I'm like, oh, maybe he thought I was like some guy that was trying to get him
on a show.
No. Like just like being like, oh look, he's out doing shows again. That fucking creep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know.
You don't look. You look like you don't have a normal job.
That's why I thought. I was like, oh, dude, he's gonna be cool. We'll chop it up a little bit. Dude, he couldn't have been colder. And I don't know. I haven't heard like fucking he's a warm guy or whatever. But I don't give a fuck. I was like, hey, what's up, man?
You thought the interaction was gonna go way different.
I thought it was gonna be like, oh, cool, man. What shows are you doing? Oh, great, yeah, man. That's where you live. Oh, L.A. Okay, that's pretty cool, man. Where you get up? The bullshit talk you do. And it was funny because it did kind of humble me a little bit. I go, oh, okay, there's like these motherfuckers don't care. This guy's been in the game. He's been in the game 40 years. What does he give a fuck to talk to me? So I just was like, all right, cool, man. All right, man. And he didn't say nothing like have a good show. I was like, hey, and I was out for me. I go, yeah, have a good show tonight. All right, I said, this is what I said. I said, where you at tonight? What venue are you doing? And he goes, I don't know, man. I said, hold up. I said, hold up, Louis.
Damn, he did you like that.
I said, hold up, Louis. You don't know where you're playing? How the fuck are you going to get there? How the fuck are you going to get there, Louis?
That's fucking...
If you don't know where you're playing, hey, bro, I bet you know what hotel you're staying at. I bet you know what hotel you're staying at because you're going to tell these hoes to go there. Louis. Motherfucker.
But did you dirty?
They did me dirty, bro. I felt like,
you felt like a hoe.
Yeah, I was a little soccer blue ass. Like when I came up and I go, hey, Louis. And he goes, man, fuck you and your little ass show. Where you guys at? I said, Bechamel. He said, motherfucker, I don't play those cities. I only play Tel Aviv, son. And I said, all right, you do you. You do you, king. Fuck him, dude.
That's so fucking funny.
Yeah,
dude.
It was funny. Yeah, I don't blame him though. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? He's in a weird place, man. Like, he doesn't know if I'm a weird protester guy or something. That's how I dealt with it.
And also, like, he doesn't know because certain comics are the ones turned his back. A lot of comics turned their back on him.
Yeah.
Even like,
Well, I think that says a lot about who you are as a comic. When that shit happens, when comics don't back you up.
Mm-hmm.
Like. You know what I'm saying? Some people will turn on motherfuckers so fast, but I think that's because on their way up, they weren't the nicest.
I don't know, though. I would want to say that, but I feel like it doesn't. You're always going to have haters.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I got you. I mean, that's going to be a constant for my career. I know that.
I don't know. I feel like you're just going to always have haters and people. Because now Louis C.K. is a punchline. For jokes now.
Yeah. I mean, amongst the comedy, I don't think like other regular people really give a shit, to be honest.
No, but in jokes now.
Yeah, I mean, amongst comics, I would guess, yeah. But anyways, man, the trip, other than that, pretty cool. Got to see some cool shit. Like I said, the Dead Sea was one of my favorites. We got to see the old city of Jerusalem, which was pretty dope. I mean, I think it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing you got to go check out.
That's cool.
With the intersection of where like Islam and Judaism and Christianity are all there, and it's like Disneyland for religion, It's like they tell you that, look, this is where it's so conveniently located. Everything, this is where Jesus was fucking crucified. That's where Mary cried her last tears, and that's where that's where he went. We put him in the tomb, and then he rose 3 days later. And there's the gift shop.
Yeah,
2 seconds away, so it feels kind of like that. But people are having moments, dude, because we waited and did all the shit. We like waited to go inside Jesus's tomb.
Yeah. No, but you're right, dude. People go like that. Like my aunt's like that. Like I think I told her you were in Israel.
Yeah.
She said something about trying to go to Israel. I go, oh, my boy's in Israel. And then she just like, I want to go.
Yeah.
I want to plan out because she's super religious.
Oh, dude, I saw people having moments, dog. Yeah. Like we saw them. They were like sitting there. They were like, praying before they went in. And Gina was grew up in the church. So I could tell she was getting a little emotional.
That's crazy.
But I mean, I don't know what that shit is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know like the significance of all this stuff. And if you study the Bible and you know the scripture or some shit, it might touch you a different way. Where you're like seeing all the shit you've heard about.
Yeah, I think I'd enjoy it too because I grew up Catholic, but not super religious. But I know all the Bible. I read all that shit. Did Bible studies. Did all that.
Yeah, so you'd probably get a little more significance out of the shit than I did.
Just like the historical thing, I think it would be kind of cool.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, I'll tell you right now, like, I'm glad I got to see all that stuff because they tell you what the shit is, and you go, oh my God, this is so old. And it's like, we have no concept of how old. No. You know, we have like shit in the United States that's 200 years old. That's like the oldest thing you have is 250 years old. You go to Europe, dude, shit's like 2,000 years old. You go, oh my God, this is like, these people walked right here. They did this.
Yeah, it is crazy.
But some of the stuff, you got to think, like, how accurate is it? You know what I mean? Like, how accurate is it? Wow, that's so convenient. It was right here. This is where they did that. Oh, this is where it's like becomes an industry, you know?
They're like, throughout the years, they're like, hey, let's change it to that place.
Yeah, they go, it's easier over there, man. Yeah. But yeah, it was worth seeing, man. Oh my God. But the Dead Sea. So the Dead Sea is like this lowest part of the world, you know, of the earth is the Dead Sea. I don't know what the elevation is below sea level or whatever the fuck it is, but you drive downhill forever, you know, and then you get there and it's the water is just so salty. It's so fucking salty that you just, you know, you float in it. You can't not float in it. But it was so windy. It was like so, this is a video of what it was like. It was like the most windy. We were the only people there. And this is a tourist fucking destination. It was so fucking windy and messed up that nobody was there. So you couldn't just chill. Like every video or picture I've seen of the Dead Sea, it's like calm as a lake, and people are just posted up chilling there, and you got the mud on you. I brought some mud home from the Dead Sea, which is pretty cool, that you just rub on your skin, and it's supposed to be really good for your skin and all that. But yeah, we went in. I tried to go in. We did go in, actually. You know, we were like, fuck it. We're here. We got to touch the water. So me and Ian, we went inside the water, and I tried to lay into it. As soon as I fucking laid back, bro, waves came over me. I don't know if God was like, what are you doing, bitch? And just dude, all these waves came over and I kind of lost my footing and it's like rocky on the bottom, you know? So it's like, it'll cut your shit up. And my dick was burning all of a sudden because of the salt. Then my eyes, dude, the shit went into my eyes. I was like, oh, fuck. And you open your mouth and you get that like burning feeling. So everything was just burning, bro. For like 10 seconds, it felt like I got pepper sprayed. And then I got up out of it and then like, and I caught my breath and the shit was like over. Then I was like, oh shit. And then on the ride home, I was like, I never felt more disinfected, you know? Yeah. Like my whole body, like I was like, Gina, look at my eyes. And she goes, they're white as fucking like porcelain white. I'm like, dude, I feel good. Like I feel like everything got fucking, all my bacteria
you got baptized.
Bro, the bacteria just got washed out of me, dude.
Oh, the Lord baptized you.
I got baptized. Then we saw the Jordan River where Jordan meets like Israel, and then there's a river in between it.
That's dope.
We drove through the West Bank. That was kind of scary.
That seems kind of dope. That is once in a lifetime kind of fucking trip. Like you have to do it at least once.
It was crazy just to know that they live like so close to each other and then they fucking hate each other. You know? Pretty crazy. Kind of like me and you, bro, on this podcast. There's just one divider where you go, you don't know what he's thinking, and I don't know what I'm thinking, and we keep it cordial. Hey, that was another episode of Salty Locks. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Follow us on Instagram at JRisNotFunny and at Amir Comedy. JR, what is it? JR Cruz Comedy?
Yeah.
At JR Cruz Comedy and at Amir Comedy is my Instagram. Yep, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like and comment, man. We want to engage with you guys too. If you think, you know, something's funny or not funny, you got to tell us. And I know that we're going to get a lot of JR comments and kick them off. And those ones, I'll try to hide them so he doesn't see them. I want to protect his feelings. But, you know, if you'd like to see something on the podcast, let us know, man. We're here for you, baby.
Yeah.
And if you guys want to come out to see me live, if you just go to amircomedy.com, you can always find tickets and information right there. That's it, baby. Thanks for tuning in, guys. That's Salty Locks. I love you all. Until next time.